James tightened Lily's tiny shoelaces and adjusted the little bow in her hair. "You look like a princess," he whispered, smiling as she beamed. Tonight wasn't just any dinner. It was in honor of Lily's late mother, who passed away 2 years ago. James, a single father and auto mechanic, had been saving every tip and overtime dollar just to bring Lily to the same 5-star restaurant her mum once loved. As they entered the upscale dining room, all eyes shifted toward them. A man in a worn-out blazer and a little girl holding his hand, both looking slightly out of place among the suited patrons and sparkling chandeliers. "Good evening," James said to the hostess nervously. "We don't have a reservation, but we were hoping." Her eyes swept over them disapprovingly. "I'm sorry, sir. We're fully booked tonight." James looked around. Several tables were clearly empty. "Please, just for a small table. It's a special night." She pursed her lips, lowering her voice. "Sir, this is a fine dining establishment. We have a certain atmosphere to maintain." Lily clutched James's hand tighter. "Daddy, can we please eat here, just like you said?" James bent down, whispering, "Maybe next time, sweetheart." Turning to leave, James felt a burn of humiliation. He could feel the stares, and worse, the silent judgment. He held Lily close and walked toward the exit, trying to hold himself together. But someone had been watching. Seated at a quiet table in the corner was Eleanor Whitmore, a wealthy widow in her 60s. She noticed the heartbreak in Lily's eyes and the quiet dignity in James's posture. Her own husband had died 3 years ago, and since then she'd dined alone, surrounded by wealth, but starved for warmth. Suddenly she stood up. "Excuse me," Eleanor called out softly, walking toward them with poise. James turned around, unsure if she was talking to someone else. "I couldn't help but overhear," she said gently. "Would you two be willing to join me for dinner?" James blinked, stunned. Ma'am, that's too kind. You don't have to." Eleanor smiled. "Please, it would mean the world to me." Lily's eyes sparkled. She looked up at James hopefully, and for the first time that night he smiled back. They followed Eleanor to her table, unaware that this dinner would change their lives forever. James nervously pulled out a chair for Lily as Eleanor smiled warmly across the candlelit table. The waiter, now noticeably more respectful, approached with menus. "I'd like them to order anything they want," Eleanor said firmly. "It's on me." James tried to protest. "Please, Mum, I can't let you do that." She raised a hand gently. "You're doing your best, and tonight you were wronged. Let someone be kind to you for once." James finally nodded, touched by her sincerity. Over the next hour, laughter and conversation filled the table. Lily talked about school, her dreams of becoming a veterinarian, and how much she missed her mum. Eleanor listened intently, even tearing up at moments. And James, he shared how he used to fix cars during the day and drive delivery trucks at night just to keep the lights on. How he couldn't remember the last time he sat down and had a full meal at a table with someone who truly listened. Eleanor's heart ached, not out of pity but admiration. Here was a man society overlooked who walked through fire for his daughter without complaint. As dessert was served, Eleanor leaned in and said, "James, have you ever considered running your own garage?" He laughed awkwardly. "That's a dream for people with money and connections." Eleanor smiled. "And what if you had both?" He froze. "What do you mean?" She placed a business card on the table. "I'm a silent investor in a few businesses. One of my auto repair shops has been struggling due to poor management. I think it's time someone with heart and hustle took over." James was stunned. "Why, me?" "Because you're exactly the kind of person I'd trust. And I have a feeling you'd treat every customer with the same respect you give your daughter." His eyes welled up. He tried to speak, but the words caught in his throat. Eleanor continued, "And Lily, I've set up a scholarship fund for her education." Lily gasped and ran over to hug her. That night, James didn't just leave the restaurant with a full stomach. He left with a new future, from rejection to opportunity, from heartbreak to hope. Sometimes the most unexpected dinner invitation is the one that changes everything.